Okay, so hey everyone, welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing today? Welcome. Hello Madness and hello Serpenticle popped in to say hi. Okay, but I gotta go. Good luck with the stream. Thank you, and I hope to see you soon again, Serpenticle. So today I suppose we're just gonna be doing random stuff. I don't really have much planned this stream, but let's just have a good time, of course. It's kinda like the main goal for each stream of mine, basically. So yeah, let's just try to have some fun, I suppose. Let's play a bit of this. Bro. I haven't played GD in a few months. It's kind of like me lately. I haven't really been focusing on really anything super difficult. Are you going for anything at the moment? Not really. I'm just kind of like playing some levels in from copiables, kind of like as a distraction. Truth be told, I don't really take GD like seriously all that much nowadays, so I don't think I will really go for anything super difficult this month, maybe. Let's just say that I am on a burnout, to put things more simply. From the things I've done in 2023, I think it's reasonable to, you know, kind of like step back. Whoops! No way. Oh, hello, Lexype. How's your day going, mate? Or actually, how's your vacation going, to put it more briefly? Oh, and by the way, in case I haven't mentioned before, last night I was playing this level, and I did a run from here to here. Like to this saw blade. I think my hand just decided to kind of like give out, so I couldn't really do the run to 100, unfortunately. But I'm actually kind of happy with the run. It could have been to 100. It kind of sucks I failed to something I never failed before, but it's whatever. Remember, it's all good. Okay, thank you. Actually, let me have instant replay on, just in case I do something prodigious. And just for safety measure. This fucking spike. Also, one guy in consistency challenge list was using physics bypass and got caught, but bro, now their records have to be removed. Well, I guess he couldn't really get away with secretly using something that people aren't fond of nowadays, isn't it? You know, this is kind of like a bit of a controversial topic now that we're mentioning things related to physics, right? So here's the thing, right? I'm surprised people are getting kind of petty over people using physics bypass, but they are using CBF, which basically sets your physics to like 8,000 from what I heard. It's like the maximum it can go. But people get mad over others using different physics values, and that is considered cheating, but CBF isn't. That's kind of strange, isn't it? This wave isn't possible. I only allowed it because Els also had physics bypass enabled for spam challenge list. Also, I have to repeat click consistency version 3, but I need to turn off every single hack now. Oh, that sucks. I know what challenge that is. I played it like 3 years ago or something. I only made it up past the spam like 2 times. And couldn't ever beat it since. Bro, what the fuck is this wave? This is the most unhinged wave I have ever had the displeasure of playing. Fuck that wave, bro. I mean, not really, cause some are allowed, some aren't. It isn't hard. Wait, I gotta do it on 144, like I wanted to do in 2022. How was that almost 4 years ago? The fuck? Yeah, right. Like time really is flying by when you're having fun. I guess the saying really wasn't lying, huh? I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of getting bored waiting to go home since I would be more active and stuff. Like I get it. It ain't anything special, but I'm just getting closer. And here's the funny thing, I don't know if it will be good or not. Okay, feel free to say it, of course. Yeah, I swear, this wave is the hardest wave I have ever played in my entire career. The hardest skill-based wave, to put it more bluntly. If another FNF song goes viral and I get it recommended, stupid, but I'll revive the hardest FNF songs list, like actually. I won't contribute in the FNF community, but I will give it to someone else, but they will have to learn everything and that. Well, I guess you're just gonna have to be lucky with who you're handing that ownership to then. Considering FNF isn't really like as special as it used to be many years ago. Oh man, playing this level is like a chore. This is the hardest wave in the game, I swear. Singularity ass level goes from deadlocked to silent cloud step 0 to 24. Exactly! That's exactly something I wanted to compare it to. Like the wave, this wave right here is the greatest assortment of how to not make gameplay. Like this is like the stupidest thing I have ever encountered in a level. Like this is not okay. I saw a cop saying FNF Huggy Wuggy corrupted, bruh. Italian brainrot fridge stickers or whatever they're called. I guess imagination can really go to countless places nowadays, can it, huh? Was this playtested? I highly doubt it, but I'll give the creator of Knights of Thunder a benefit of the doubt. Zinefire Silent Circles looking ass. Exactly. The thing with this level is that most of the gameplay, it doesn't even feel that bad. Like this is a very skill-based level, which is something I enjoy, of course. But it has some really stupid sections that are extremely unforgiving. Especially this wave. Like on first glance, it might look very open, right? But it's a lot harder than it looks, especially the second click of it. I mean, the first click can be like justifiable, or can be justified, but the second click is like very sad, because you can't just really like click whenever. You're just kind of like forced to click at the last possible frame before you land onto this slope, so you don't crash into this spike, and just hope you make it through. Everyone was so playing it and it got verified with a lot of nerfs. Also fast CPS too. Exactly. Which is something that should be taken into accountability when it comes to this level. Like, my experience with this level, right? The first half is manageable. Like, I got 40% on this, like, 2 days ago in 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 attempts or something like that. But getting past the second half, right? It feels like you are playing Thinking Space. I think that's the closest level I can compare this level's balancing to, in a way. Where, like, the first half is, like, reasonable. It has a tiny bit of choke points here and there. But once you get to the second half, everything just, like, loses its shine. Yeah, like, this is the hardest wave I have ever played. Like, this wave should not be a thing. By Xani, but bro, if Dolphy did it, level wouldn't be ass or butt cheeks. Yeah, right? I'm sure that a different verifier would make it more justifiable. Like, let me actually play this way from here. Oh yeah, look at that! We first try it from the actual part itself, but we can do it from like 20 feet away before we actually reach it. At least that's not that stupid wave at 54. So dying there won't really make me as mad. We actually passed the impossible wave! That's not directly from 52%. Awesome. Improvement. Very close to my personal best run, too. Like, I managed to get around from 31 to nearly to the duel at 72 with, like, the wave and the UFO. Solid. I'll take it. I really wish this was the actual double click with this wave. Damn it. Funny how DIOOZ was #1 for 4 years and now it's out of the top 5. Also found out there is a millennial trend using Lil Wayne's Sharks featuring Big Sean and Jelly Roll, by the way. Sharks ain't always in the water, bruh. That is a strange combination of words I never thought I'd ever hear in my life. Hello Meowie, welcome my friend. How's your day going, mate? It's just stupid. Also, yes, Jelly Roll makes country, so it's expected, and can't forget there are Jelly Roll fans. I suppose that's to be expected, given the messages you have just sent. Actually, hold on. I want this level to look more beautiful. Let's go. Bro, this saw blade right there is, I swear, it's just put in the way for the sake of making this input difficult. We also can't forget that Carter 6 was worse than I thought it was. I would give it a 2, but I can't even comprehend what the hell is Island Holiday. Dude is just auto-tuning it through. I couldn't even get the chance to click. It's apparently an inspiration from Weezer or something, but who the hell cares? I always knew it would be disappointing, because WTF is MGK doing on this album? Wayne's son even repeating his words. Not gonna lie, the album grew off me, and I'm honest, it's not going to age well in the future. Only good song being Welcome to the Carter. in my opinion, but enough of ranting. I will listen to actually good music when I come back home. There's just a lot of not good material. I need to listen to more albums, though I could give Kick 3 a shot. Maybe a McKinley Dykeson one Magic Alive. I suppose you can, of course. Once you return home, you will return to the same old habits as usual, right? Like, man, I am unsurprisingly missing on a lot, and a lot is an understatement, way too much. I mean, this is not something you should really, like, stress yourself too much with, you know? You will return home in a matter of just a few days. It will all pass in like a blink of an eye. I swear to God, Roblox is not becoming better. It's not. It's just gradually descending into madness with its horrendous updates. Yeah, I will, but I need to expand my taste to not be TikTok-y. Ah, okay. Of course, the straight fly death. Who will have saw that coming? You know, speaking of Roblox, is it even worth playing nowadays anymore? Since I left Roblox 2 years ago and I haven't returned ever since. I simply left because people that were playing the games on that platform were just too childish. Like, I doubt it's even worth playing nowadays anymore, given its disastrous fanbase and horrendous updates that aren't even worth keeping around. I don't think that even the devs of Roblox themselves are even treating their player base like humans anymore. You know, now that I think about it, I think that's actually a good thing. With the devs releasing worse updates, this convinces more people to just leave. And hopefully transition into a more growing up phase, given how many children I've encountered playing the games I used to play back then. Hasn't just dropped 24/7, but bro, if GD will be the only game I'll main, if GD will be the only game I'll main, I don't know what do I have left. I mean, you can also of course play Minecraft, you know. There's like thousands of games worldwide. I'm sure you can find other games that could catch your drift. That fucking spike! Fuck! I thought I hit that saw blade over there. Oh man, come on, 1% higher? That's a shame. I really wish it was at least to this cube over there. That's a shit fail. I had such a good feeling that I was gonna get to at least to the 50s, but I guess this is reasonable. That could have been a lot better. The one time I make it past the 30 wave, I have to fail something I never died to before. Awesome. I'm kinda disappointed, actually. choked to air ass death, unfortunately. I had such a good feeling about that attempt too. This is the world's most unbalanced rated level, I swear. This is, I believe, worse than Solarion's balancing, I swear. At that point, just make it a green orb. I already do, but to be honest, it's also like ass in terms of community and content related to it. So I suppose Roblox isn't really worth playing anymore. And speaking of which, ever since I left Roblox, I felt so much more happier. Wait a second. Okay, we are back, guys. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Let's not choke to air this time. Oh, of course, that's a nice-ass little ship section. Shit. We're dying to thin air right now. We have heard of thin air before, now brace yourself for dying to oxygen. New death invented, oxygen. Is there anything interesting right now? I'm not talking about the stream. I mean, if there is a topic that pops up on my head, maybe we could talk about it. Oh, come on! 1% higher every time! At that point, just get to the 50s! Oxygen having a fire meaning now. Okay guys, we are back, sorry for that. I had to mute my microphone, basically because my mother and my sister came into my room and showed me that my mother bought a new phone, in case you were wondering why I was muted for so long. She kind of has a similar phone to mine. I have like a Samsung Galaxy A13 and she has Samsung Galaxy A16 from what I heard. So yeah, that's basically what happened. Basically, my mother and my sister went shopping a couple hours ago. Wait, is anyone even watching? I gotta make sure really quick. Okay. I was just making sure if if anyone was even watching. And also, I think I had to kind of like calm down with my annoyance earlier because I keep getting 1% higher on this level. I guess our next stop is going to be 43%. Yeah? We are back, I guess. Shit. That was gonna happen at some point. I still love how I went from listening to the most mediocre music on radio to bumping Too Slimy. Now it's so funny. Because in the middle of nearing the end of radio music, I liked funk as well somehow. I mean, that's not something that you should feel ashamed of. I also used to listen to funk all the time. Like many months ago. But nowadays it's kind of difficult to find anything interesting to listen to. In terms of funk. Like, funk 2 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago, right? That was when it shined. Like, that was when it actually classified as music. But nowadays, funk can be made out of anything. And it won't even sound like music anymore. It might as well count as an FNF song. What the fuck? You can die like that? That's impressive. I guess this is gonna turn into my experience by playing from 52 yesterday on this. I'm gonna beast mode all of the hard stuff and die to the easy stuff. And then it's gonna turn in, it's gonna do a 180 flip and it's gonna do the exact opposite. At that point, turn that click into a green orb. Brother. That click would behave the same. Just takes up like one object less. What? I fluked the impossible wave! I fluked the impossible wave! That's a lot more valid now! That's actually a lot more reasonable! Dude, the second I passed the last click of the first half, I was like, okay, now I know which spot we're gonna die to. It's that impossible 54 to 56. And then all of a sudden, when I passed the last click of that wave, all of a sudden, wait, I actually passed it. I fluked it. Let's see where we're gonna get to now. And all of a sudden, this is what happens. Let's go. Let's freaking go! That's what I like to see. It seems like over 8,000 attempts that I've poured into this level have actually paid off. Holy crap! How the hell did I do that? That might have been a bit of an overreaction, but I am more than satisfied. How the hell did I do that? What just happened? It seems like a switch has been flipped in my head. How the hell did I do that? I need to take like a 2-minute long break to process the events that just happened. Oh my god. Dude, the last time I mentioned about progress that's going to be after 42 was 43, and now this is what happened. Holy crap. I don't know what I just did. I don't know what I just did, but it happened. If I wasn't streaming today, this would not have happened. Actually, it should say 63 because it's at 63.0. Oh yeah, that should be like a 63. But I think this is how 2.2 classifies it. Okay! We got over 129 clicks into the level. It seems like we actually managed to fluke that one disastrous wave. At 54%. Holy crap. That is amazing. I'm more than satisfied with this. More than you can ever know. Nice. Alright then. Holy crap. This is the progress we just got. So then first it was 21, like once we pass like that drop section before it kind of slows down. We got 21%, then 33%, then 35%, then 40%, and then slightly going upwards from there. We got 41 and then 42 and now 62%. Awesome. I think this was actually a productive stream for today, wasn't it? I mean, I know it's kind of pointless for me to check the actual leaderboard since, you know, I was kind of like leaderboard banned. But if I wasn't, though, I would be like between here. Maybe here or here. Maybe I could actually upload that, you know? Especially considering that I actually recorded everything with instant replay. Wow! Same percent as Exarity. Nice. Thank you! Okay then. We got to the harder half for now. I really don't know when will be the next time I will truly dedicate to this level. But this has kind of exceeded my expectations now that I think about it. Because when I said that the next progress is gonna be 43%, and if that happened, I would have more or less forgotten about this level's existence, but look what happened! We got 62%! And the spot I died to is actually reasonable because of that double click, and plus I was nervous. I actually had that building up sense of anxiety, like, am I actually gonna get to the 70s or something, especially considering I passed the one really hard wave. Really good fluke. I know it's not exactly the biggest fluke in the existence, but I'll take it. Hello Vifalt, welcome. Still insane fluke, thank you. Super surreal Kenny didn't want to say a good thing about the quote-unquote GOAT again, if you know what I mean. Well, I'm not exactly like up to date with what happens with those people, so I can't really tell like with what's going on. But I do know that you are mentioning things similar to these in most of my streams, and we tend to like discuss it together. I see. Whoa, that was like. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 messages in like. In a blink of an eye. What the hell? I see you were using a Polish mashup. I have. And let me tell you, this mashup is actually really good. I really like how it sounds. So yeah, we got 62% on Knights of Thunder. And I have a golden trophy on my friend's leaderboard over there. Nice! I know if you guys remember, I remember saying how I don't really take this game like as seriously as I used to anymore, you know? But getting things like these on occasion really does bring me that spark of happiness. We don't care about him. He collabed with Didi's son and now I ain't listening to all that BS. Thank me later. Can't even get on my PC, so I can't accept shit stinks ass, I know. Well, I mean, in 4 days, right? Since you mentioned you will return on July 9th, right? That is just 96 hours. and then you'll return back to your place where you actually live, you know? And then once you return back, right, I guess I'm gonna start making a little bit more frequent streams so that we can actually play more than just GD, you know? Oh, 72 hours, right. Time zones. I forgot about time zones. Because July 6th, 7th, and 8th. Oh, right. My bad. 9th is when you will be going home. Exactly. I think the next week, like after this week, like since today is like Saturday and then tomorrow is Sunday, I think the next week is gonna be really good because like I mentioned, I'm planning on making a little bit more frequent streams for the time being. Since my dad isn't exactly like home, right? He went to one place that is very far away from mine. I can't exactly tell which place it is, but my mother said he will be there for a full week, like 7 days, you know? So for the time being, I want to use that time to make streams and interact with you guys. You know, to have fun while it lasts. We don't want to have it go to waste, you know? Oh, right. Yeah, like you said. The 62% could have been a 63%. But this is 2.2 we're talking about. It has its moments of having bugs. I don't know how do I type this. Do I type 62 or 63? I feel like I'm gonna leave it at 62 because that's what the in-game percentage said when a new PB popped up. So I'm gonna keep it at 62%. Oh right, I forgot I have this option where the icons will activate when I click on the screen, you know? Yeah, see? 1, 2, and click. And oh, that guy just went into heaven. Woohoo! I hope he'll have enough fuel for the journey of landing on the moon. Poopy butts. Fire launch. Top 10 rappers Eminem is afraid to this. That's a good one, Pixel. That's a good one. I only remember having that post on my account just because of a Poofisher reference to one of his videos. Whether it was Minecraft or Papa's Aurea games. But I'm guessing it's the latter, you know? I don't remember him ever saying poopy butts during a Minecraft hardcore episode? Well, what was that voice crack? During a Minecraft episode. I think this is the cause of... I think the reason why I sometimes have voice cracks is because I drink too much cold water. But I mean, guys, come on, let's face it. Water only tastes good if it's cold. If it tastes warm, then that doesn't really have any taste. Like, let's be real on that. It's kind of like Nestea, right? Where it has a different... But it can be seen in a different shade of light. Because, sure, Nestea can actually classify that it tastes better, right? Oh, now that you mention it, Wifold, something like Coca-Cola or Pepsi also can count as a drink that tastes better than water, but as a detriment, it also makes you want to drink more. Because this is what happens to me. Whenever I drink a full bottle of, like, let's say, Coca-Cola or just like a juice, right? 3 seconds later, I also have that thirst piling up inside my neck, so I have to like drink water to suppress that thirst, you know? So I think we can, I suppose, say that water is the king of drinks. Sure, people can be saying that it has no taste, but it's like what makes this world go around, you know? It can same apply to memes if you think about it. Without memes, this world can be practically seen as black and white. It loses all of its shine. Can I give you an ID to my challenge? If you'd like to, of course. Even though I was mostly playing Knights of Thunder this stream, I don't mind playing a little bit of, like, you know, challenges on occasion, especially considering that the only people in this stream were Pixel and Wyfault. I need to make another Flint challenge. Okay. Just make sure to name it a bit differently so it doesn't overwrite with other Flint challenges, since you might lose something important. I'm mentioning this since, like, you know, it happened to me before. What's this? Hosri RFL buff date. Oh. No, there we go. I remember beating the easy version of this challenge like 2 days ago or something. So let's see if we can beat the buffed version of it. Oh, we made it past the straight flight, first try. Okay. You know, now that we're talking about challenges, right? I'm also starting to make some challenges myself as of late, you know, as a distraction. Whoa! I didn't know that can happen. This time it will be super cancerous with so much unneeded BS. Okay. My friend made this for me and I buffed it a lot. Oh, okay. I usually think you are the one that actually makes these challenges yourself. But I guess a little bit of collaboration doesn't hurt, you know? Hey, there we go! You just gotta click that one gravity orb when you enter the wave, so it makes the other inputs easier. Nice! That took 33 attempts. Nice. You can try this too if you want. I'm proud of this one. Okay. I'm not sure if you beat it before though. Then we'll have to see then. Final Flight is number 1 on consistency challenge list. AF is number 2, yet still super hard. 49 120 FPS frame perfect versus 18 180 FPS frame perfect as ship. So I feel like the latter might be a little bit more intimidating, considering that it's ship. So the frame perfects in question can be a bit difficult, you know, because with the ship you can't just like do the typical click for a frame perfect. With the ship you have a hold and release, so you have to be twice as careful. It's not something like you can just click and then your icon will just do the rest of the job for you. So I don't know. Nenza says DC big wave still #1, so I don't really know. Wait, DC as in dev corridor or something like that, since that's what my mind is telling me. Definitely should be swapped with DIOOZ, sucks for being luck based. I don't know. Opinions vary from person to person. What is this? Zatwardzenie Hozre. I don't know what that is. Oh. I mean, let's go into practice mode since I don't know what to expect. I'm guessing you have to hit all of these orbs, right? Let me try spamming like crazy. Or not. Oh, I think I get it. You have to dodge. Bro, what is it? I'm mixing things up like crazy. But this seems like a cool but kind of pointless gimmick at the same time. That's a genius idea, actually. Ooh, that last jump is actually kinda evil. Although it's 360 FPS frame perfect, that is already difficult on its own. Imagine having the double or even the triple of the amount. My argument that it's slightly easier since you need 2.778 milliseconds to do one frame perfect on that FPS. That already is intimidating on its own. Oh, and yeah, we just hit the spikes. So the point is to dodge. Oh, I think we passed the actual orb dodging. Nice. But DC as in dev corridor? Question mark. Wave is tighter and gets hard to get consistent at, but Purell said it wasn't #1, so overall I don't know, man. Yeah, same. I know I don't really have that opinion to judge such levels since I never really played, let alone completed them. I think that alone just confirms that GD is getting too difficult, given the stuff we have nowadays, you know? Not gonna lie, dodging these orbs is kinda difficult. Oh, and yeah, you have this row of spikes to top it off. I could ask list mods and estimators if the top 5 should be like revamped fully or just, yeah, because it's super mixed. I guess that's a reasonable decision since it will be hard to, like, you know, measure it. We passed the freaking orb dodging. Now it's just the enter the cube portal, hit this orb with the double click, and just hope I don't hit the pink orb at the end because it's like a trap. I feel like you can do that in one input at the very best. One input for that wave click seems like it can work, but I don't want to jinx it. Oh, wait, what? What? Guys, look at this! We have seen new best 99% that exists, but brace yourselves for this. New best 100%. But here's one in my opinion. Final Flight Auditory Fixer, Def Corridor Big Wave, DIOOZ sucks, and Anxize Challenge 2. And I genuinely think Anxize Challenge 2 might be harder than DIOOZ sucks. Well, maybe. I think it's reasonable for you to share your opinion on the difficulty of such levels. Especially considering those are the levels are not something I will be completing. I fluked the pink orb! Yes! Nice! 118 attempts. Oh, and here's what I saw. 99% is a thing. If I were to, like, you know, hit the last spike in this level, if I were to, like, you know, hit the pink orb at the last click, that would be a 99% or close to it, but it's actually not like a 99%. That is just like a bug. Percentage mode bug, I think. So yeah, I don't know, it's kind of hard to measure it. Trilogy of Hosray. Cause, bro, the challenge has blind 9 to 10 240 FPS frame perfects and some 2 frames as well. Oh, right, because 2.2 has that percentage mode bug. It's kind of like buggy at times. Because from what I heard, the way percentages, like progress percentages, work in GD isn't based off of how far you are into the level, but how much time left is in the level, right? So if I were to, like, let's say, get the same percentage of 62% in 2.1, for example, that might count as 63%, since that feels more accurate. So I think this should probably explain why the percentage mode in 2.2 doesn't really function like 100% of the time. No victors for 4 years, by the way. Blind because it was verified on 240 and no one even knew. And was somehow below DIOOZ. That kind of topic kind of reminds me of VSC, if you think about it. When VSC was uploaded onto the servers, it didn't have a victor for like 3 years or something like that. Until Yosarion came in and fluked it with like a magnificent fluke from 48%. That is like some of the best flukes. Oh, okay. Some of the best flukes I have ever seen happen. Oh, and also, by the way, before I forget, if you guys are wondering why I didn't post this comment on the actual Knights of Thunder over here, this is because I believe I'm leaderboard banned. If I tried making a comment with percentage mode being turned on like this, and let's say Something like this, but keep in mind the percentage in the comment is turned on, so don't forget that. And I press submit, and see, it doesn't show. It just doesn't show. That is because I'm leaderboard banned. It turns out Pixel was right. The reason the percentage shows for other people is because they actually have a trophy on their account, which is not present for me because I accidentally used instant complete on cerebral hemorrhage, which is like an easy 9 circles extreme demon, so I believe I was caught in the act, even though that was not my intention. Yes, DIOOZ was also the VSE of consistency challenge list, but DIOOZ was beaten faster. Oh yeah, that's reasonable. If you take that out of context, I'm sending you to Antarctica, so you don't have to worry about that then. I do not have that. What? Wait, you're not leaderboard banned, are you? Because I am actually. I can't check my actual trophy on my account, but this is visible on the global leaderboards. Like, if my global rank never vanished, this 44,596 would be visible on my account publicly. I think that's why. And hold on a second before I forget. How long has this stream went on for? 1 hour and 26 minutes. I think that's okay. I think that seems very okay. I mean, sure, this did not have much viewers, even though it's Saturday. Okay, it seems like I got a bottle of water, I think. Actually, no, this is juice. What am I talking about? It's even better. That is at least something to unwind. But something that bothers me, right, is that this bottle has this plastic cap. Not a cap, but this plastic thing on it, like a ring. It's not a cap. What am I mixing up? Holy crap. But yeah, this has that plastic ring. I once tried to, like, you know, get rid of because a different bottle was kind of like stabbing my lips. So I wanted to get rid of it with a very special and stupid technique. And then I ended up cutting myself on the finger, like, in the end. But I actually managed to get rid of it. Maybe this should be a lection for me to not get rid of things that should not be removed. Especially considering how pointless it truly is. Now that is something to unwind with. I suppose I'm just going to leave the bottle on my desk over here so I can differentiate between other bottles that look similar. There we go. Oh, and also a question in case you guys are still watching. Are you guys also excited for autumn? Because I am. And that's not because we have things like Halloween or Thanksgiving, but because there is just obviously less heat, you know? Which also means less sweat and easier to, like, you know, walk around and get to other places. Because lately, the heat in my place has been getting out of control. Like, whenever I go to sleep, I need to have my window open due to how little to no oxygen my room has, you know? I mean, you're not wrong, Pixel. Summer, sure, is cool. It can be a perfect season, you know, to, like, you know, go on holidays and things like that and spend it with your company. But the heat, sometimes it's just too much. Like, it goes to such unbearable levels. Like, I have a ventilator in my room, right? And even though I have it running and spinning in my direction, I could still feel that heat going into my room. I believe that maybe in the future I could probably buy an air conditioner, you know, and you know, kind of like have it cool the room off, and have it more reasonable, have a more reasonable temperature in my room without having me melt on the spot. I will gather my fan when I'll be back, because I have experienced intense sweating before. Oh, so it's kind of like a situation with me. Oh, and here's this challenge. Before I forget, this is what I made out of the challenge I was making, like let me think, 2 to 3 days ago, right? The one that had the song with Robotic Nightmares, I think I'm gonna have to, like, revamp it, since it's not exactly what I wanted it to be. And truth be told, this challenge right here has surprisingly satisfying gameplay for me, or from my perspective. Like this cube over here. So, yeah, like I said, I'm sorry for that. Basically this cube, and then you have this wave, and then this timing stuff. Really satisfying in my opinion. Even though I'm not the best at making gameplay, this is something I enjoy. Because I have experienced intense sweating before, better than 54 to 56. Exactly, finally someone who understands me. Finally someone to acknowledge me. Let me actually check, how many attempts do I have on Knights of Thunder? Wait, what? Oh, right. I have abbreviated the actual name, so this is 1009. And let's do this. 1009. 3808. 392. Do I have any other copies? Let me see. I guess not. So, with these attempts over here, this is like over 5,000 attempts just by using mental mathematics. And then if we check that actual level, 4,738. 4,738. And then if I go onto my levels really quick. Wait, what? Oh, I don't. KOTULDM. By Troop Hader, 1810. That's like the last copyable. So how many attempts would this be? Cut is... Oh, it's a cat in Polish. I didn't even realize. I'm actually gonna count this on my calculator really quick on my phone, so we waste less time. 1009 plus 3808 plus 392 plus 4738 and plus 18110. So that's over 11,000 attempts. If we take into accountability the attempts I have on my uncle's PC, because I also play from there, even if it's for like a short period, that goes over 12,000 attempts. I'm happy. Only 12,000 attempts on a level that could potentially be my next hardest. Like, if I really try. It's a very small amount of attempts. And I'm really happy with it. The reason why I might have said, why I might have called that over 11k plus attempts like a surprisingly small number, because we have things like Vision, like beating Silent Clubstep, we have Yossarian verifying VSC and things like that. They all spent infinitely more attempts beating those levels than I have spent attempts on Knights of Thunder. So that's why I mentioned that. But it's still a good number. Nothing to stress yourself out with. You could beat it in like 15k definitely. Maybe you're actually right, Pixel. As long as I can play at a consistent pace, I think I can. I have once envisioned myself playing Knights of Thunder for like 6 hours and constantly failing the latter half, which is like, you know, to be expected, because the latter half is like a disaster with its choke points. I feel like maybe I could actually win one day. I think this could be doable if I just put my mind into it. You know what they say, anything is possible if you're willing to try. 392 4738 plus 18110. So that's 11,757 attempts from my calculator. I'm really happy with this, not gonna lie, especially for a diamond tier level in the GDDP. Like, I can show you before I forget. If I go onto my main browser, GDDP, then I go to here, and then I hover over to here. So here's the thing, right? This is what applies to me. This level is in the diamond tier on the GDDP, and here is what this level consists of, Knights of Thunder. So yeah, it's very choke point heavy. The duels are like whatever. There's like one really hard click in that one duel in the later half, but that's more or less about it. Or actually, there's two, my bad, I completely forgot. So there's that one bluer before the 71 duel, and then the actual duel itself, which I can't get consistent on for the life of me. So fast-paced, yeah, that's a given. And high CPS, unfortunately, but I'm somehow making it through. Memory / learning a little bit, you know, with its high CPS, I think that makes it a decent combo. Nerve control, surprisingly small, but for me, I think this can also be on the same level as choke points because I tend to get pretty nervous when I feel like I'm getting really far. Ship is decent, I guess. It's not anything ridiculous compared to the rest of the level. Sure, it does have some timings here and there. It's kind of like balanced. And then the wave is like the game mode that carries the level. Besides its nature of requiring high CPS, wave is like what carries this level in terms of, like, you know, game modes out of every existing one. I mean, sure, Aronia is also a thing, you know. Maybe I could also go for that someday if I just kind of like don't have anything else on my mind to beat. Since every other level in the diamond tier is either like has the memory in it or it's ship based, which I do not want to deal with. I believe out of all of these levels, right, that are on the diamond tier and the GDDP, dump can also be doable for me, but the last time I played dump by Gigs and Kupazu, I nearly lost my mind beating it just in practice mode due to how confusing it is. This is the biggest question mark I have ever seen. So it says Demon XP, I mean, choke points and timings, that's a given. But low memory / learning, given its strange gameplay mechanics, that should have been the same as for choke points and timings. If only dump was made a little bit with more thought put into it, I could probably replace that with Aronia. Or replace Aronia with dump. So yeah, it turns out I had a good stream. Since, yeah, obviously because of this. Let me just take a screenshot of that. Let's try this. A beaver. There we go. Let me tell you something. This challenge would actually be like a little bit more lively with its pulse triggers if only I knew how to actually use them without having the level look questionable with its choice of colors. Yeah, obviously, the point of these challenges that I've been making is to be fun, because I believe 3 years ago, by now, surprisingly, there was this one person that was making surprisingly really fun challenges. I think his name is Emile or something like that. Let me see. Sun-Kissed. Emile, yeah, this one. By this person. Wow, well, he is lucky with a quick rebeat on an XL Extreme then. You know, speaking of Artifice, I would go for it, but seeing the experience Donix was having with it kind of makes me wanna, like, evade it, you know? Whoops! What the hell did I click on? Bro. What the hell did I click on? Let me see. So it turns out everything's fine. I mean, let's play every... You have not trashed any levels, I know. Let's quickly play every challenge I made as of late. Let's try this. Garia. Oh, I beat it in one attempt. I beat it in one attempt. Okay then. Okay, buddy. Now let's try make your speed. So yeah, that's the whole make your speed. You can also do this, you can also, what am I saying? You can skip this speed change if you want, like this. Let me show you. Yeah, like that. It's not like I wanted this challenge to be anything super special. Let's try this. Sayos Trashos 20, which is like inspired off of the last part of Incipient. So yeah, that's about it. Here is this one, Ganam, which I somehow fluked in a way, where I fluked the last cube. And this challenge we verified on stream together. Yeah, like this last lick is ridiculous. I don't know how did I fluke that. This song is so funny for some reason. And yeah, this is the last one we just beat. Beaver. So yeah, those are all what's going on? Those are all the challenges that I made in just a span of a couple hours. And I'm actually surprised I actually enjoyed almost all of them. So what will we invade then? Descending? Level and coins verified. Oh yeah, that reminds me, dude, now that you mention it, that reminds me of my rebeat of Downbase, which I somehow did 2 years ago. Speaking about my levels, I need to remake Kong Never Clear. I just have to do it. I still miss the humor here. Same. And I believe the reason why not a lot of people are like, you know, watching me as much is because I don't have that streaming schedule, but it comes with a small disadvantage if I were to make it. If I say that, let's say hypothetically, I'm going to stream on, like, let's say an average day in the week, Tuesday, right? If I say I'm going to stream on Tuesday at, like, let's say 1 p.m. or 2 p.m., but I have to visit a place, then I have to postpone it so that people will be given that false hope that I'm a little bit unreliable, you know? So yeah, making a streaming schedule is a little bit, it has a little bit of like a disadvantage, you know? And it's a bit unreliable since I can't exactly confirm I'm going to stream on those days if I'm gonna have to visit a place. Electroman Adventures is kinda boring and overused even. I mean, maybe, but it's still a good song for me, irregardless. Oh, and this level, which I never uploaded, this is just supposed to be a level based off of like just not coins, coins. Hear me, coins. Basically, it's supposed to be based off of spike design. Like this is something I can make, And it's only, surprisingly, 10 objects. It's really easy to make too. I just don't know how to make it look more visually appealing. Do I just make both of these? I mean, what looks better? Do I have it like this, even though it's gonna be a little bit hard to spot? Or do I just leave it be barely visible like this and have it sticking out? I don't know what's better. Erebus, if it was made in 2.1 and if only Link ruined it. I mean, that's kind of accurate now that I think about it. Erebus, because of obviously the color, and yeah, because of the, I believe, the design, block design used in Tidal Wave. I mean, sure, Tidal Wave might look satisfying to watch, but playing it, however, is like a different story. I believe Tidal Wave would be a really good level if it just had a bit better, like, you know, block design. Sure, it does receive some points for the effort. Like, sure, the gameplay, it's okay. I mean, it has its stupid sections here and there, and it has some questionable ones. But I feel like it could have been a bit better if it was handed to like different people. I'm going to be a drone. Bye, guys. I'll see you next time then, Vifold, and thanks for tuning in. And hope to see you in the next stream, of course. Since today I had lots of fun. Wait, have I actually saved my new PB on Knights of Thunder? Let me see the reaction. Oh, I have! I actually have, I found it. Nice. What? I flew the impossible wave! I flew the impossible wave! What a reaction. That's a lot more valid now! That's actually a lot more reasonable! Dude, the second I passed the last clip of the first half, I was like, okay, now I know which spot we're gonna die to. It's that impossible 54 to 56. And then all of a sudden, when I passed the last clip of that wave, all of a sudden, when I actually passed it, I looked it. Let's see where we're gonna get to now. And all of a sudden, this is what happens! Let's go! Let's freaking go! That's what I like to see. It seems like over 8,000 attempts that I've poured into this level have actually paid off. Yeah, so that was like my reaction to getting 62% / 63%, however you wanna see it from your perspective. Yeah, that was my reaction on getting to that part in Knights of Thunder from 0. And before I forget, now that we're talking about it, should I upload that, you know? Especially considering I hardly play GD nowadays, since, you know, there's still that, you know, burnout present. Since I'm gonna say, it was a rather decent fluke. It's not like the biggest fluke in the world, but it's a good one. This is a really good fluke. I fluked like the hardest wave in that entire 50... Wait. Okay, we are back. Sorry for the inconvenience, guys. I don't know, man. The demon is kind of mid now. I don't even know 90% of the new levels there. Same. I don't really even pay attention to it myself. I just play levels I think I could actually beat. I kind of lost interest in that side of the community. It's kind of like Roblox if you think about it. I don't really pay attention to it anymore. If there's a level that looks appealing and obviously doable to me, I'll go for it. Oh, and besides, before I forget, in case you guys haven't heard of it, should I actually upload 62% on Knights of Thunder, especially considering that I hardly play GD nowadays? Like, I'm kind of going through that burnout, right? Where I couldn't play GD for more than 5 minutes a day without getting bored. Unless I stream, which is not that common. I suppose I could, you know? Maybe that way I could make my channel a little bit more lively and not just post completions. Actually, that reminds me of something. Should I replace this level, right, with this one, in which I have 48% on from 2.113, I believe, before the level got an update and now it's inaccessible? Unless you play on a certain private, I believe, server, then you can access Darken before it got updated. Should I probably, like, you know, do that? Since Solarion is a bit stressful. I think that would be for the best, you know, since I would love to also beat another difficult level. Hypocritical warfare. The song for missing benefits. To double your level. Consistency challenge list about to be filled with NCAT challenges. Crazy cause the list has so much levels compared to 2021. Well, yeah, I mean, the more levels are being released, the more levels... Wait. Back to what I was saying, I think the more levels being added you know, to a certain website like makes sense, because the more levels are being released, you know, the more levels will be, of course, implemented onto that certain website. I mean, transitioning from 70 to 200 is definitely a lot. That definitely adds up a lot more levels. Who knows, maybe some people could find interest into it and do it as a, you know, some form of hobby, you know, to play when they get bored. You know, it's kind of similar to challenges if you think about it. If you're having like that burnout I was talking about earlier, then I suppose making challenges could be a good shortcut until you find that joy into playing the game again. So yeah, that's what I really wanted to mention. And I think I'm going to like finish the stream from over here. Thanks everyone for tuning into the stream. I know this might have not been like the longest stream in the world, but we did lots of productive stuff. So we got 62% on Knights of Thunder, which is obviously amazing. Which is, I'd say, perfect, because I fluked the impossible wave at 54. So I thought of uploading it, you know, because I might return to that level one day. And yeah, that's about it. We played some level requests today. It wasn't like the most lively stream in the world, but maybe in the future, of course. I think the future streams are going to be a ton better, of course. I can't really guarantee that, since I can't really predict the future, but yeah, we'll see how things turn out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time, and take care everyone. See ya, folks.